This is Good Bad Food. And Addie, are you ready? Yes, she is. I'm going to bring her to the stage here. This is going to be a lot of fun. We are going to defend Peeps. You've got a peep pop? What is that?
It is a peep on a stick.
Hear that, everybody? They're serving them on sticks now. This is great. Okay.
They
Addie,
they make several on sticks at a time too. I
I
didn't get
saw that.
those.
So you
Like
have
a peep kebab.
a peep kebab. That's what I saw at the big box store I went to. I was really hoping to get the Dr. Pepper peeps. I couldn't find those. I know David Mackay, you got them. Okay. And David Mackay put out a Blue Sky post, which I appreciated, David. By the way, David's got a sexy beard. Let's give it up for David's beard. But he got some Dr. Pepper peeps and many others. I could only get what I shared earlier, these delights. But what I did see was the peep on a stick, the peep kebabs, which had 4 or 5 mini peeps on it. You got a big one, though.
Yeah, it was a bunny. It no
Big-
longer has ears. I have been waiting 27 minutes to eat this thing and
Mm.
could
So,
not wait any longer. The
so
Dr. Pepper ones smell like Dr. Pepper.
okay, that's both. I consider that good. Let me check here on the poll, Addie, and then I want you to take it away and explain what you love about Peeps. So 28 votes are in. 28 votes are in. Peeps, yay or nay? Yay, 39%. We have some heroes out there. Nay, 61%, Addie. This is a controversial opinion.
I mean, I don't frequently get to tell 23 people why they're wrong, but you know,
Well, now
here
you
we
do.
go.
Tell them. Tell us. I'm here.
Actually, no, I did that math wrong. But still, anyway, it is sugar. Like that's all it is. It is
Okay.
it is like mainlining a pixie stick, except it's more delicious.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
wine and cheese, it only gets better with age. I have to
Mm.
agree with Jared's uncle. My mother used to buy Peeps when I was little, poke holes in the plastic wrap, and then wait 3 days to eat them.
I'm gonna have to try this with
They're
my next round.
great. They're like don't let them get like super hard stale, but just a little bit less fluffy.
Okay.
Very
A,
good.
a
Very
little,
good.
because yeah, if they're too early, they're a little cotton candy. Too
Mhm.
late, they're hockey pucks maybe. They're
Mhm.
weapons, military grade rations. When did you first get introduced to Peeps? When did they enter your life?
I cannot remember a time in my life before the Peep.
No pre-life Peep, no pre-Peep life.
No.
Okay.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I have a very big sweet tooth, Ken, which I do think part
Same.
of the dividing line for this is going to be how much sugar you can handle because it is just pure sugar. It is just pure sugar.
Yep.
If you look at the back of this package of Dr. Pepper Peeps that I have,
Yeah, Reed, what's in there? What do we want to? How many things are going to upset Robert Kennedy Jr. here?
there are 24 grams of sugar and 1 gram of protein, and everything else is a big fat zero. But there's protein.
We got protein. We got protein. Oh my God! Per 4 chick serving, 210 calories. Saturated fats 2. I shouldn't. The sodium level alone. But
That's all
that's
the
the thing.
chocolate, though. That's
That
the
is
chocolate that's on the bottom of those.
that's
For
true.
me, 4 chicks is 110 calories.
Oh, see, you're doing it right. You're healthy. You're healthy. You're
Yeah,
gonna make Peeps healthy again. Yes,
you know,
yes.
it's a diet food. What are you talking about?
Was it handed down to you? Because for me, it was something handed down. It was an early. There was 2 candies I remember being introduced when I was still in Orange County, which is pre. We left when I was about 7. So this is a 5 or 6 range. I remember getting Peeps and candy cigarettes. And eventually my dad yanked the candy cigarettes out of my hand when he saw me tapping the carton and pretending to light it up. He was that, okay, I'm on to big tobacco at that point, said my dad. But Peeps continued, which might have been more of a health issue. Were they handed down, relative, school? How did they find you?
Yeah, I mean, I can remember them being just like there's a row of Peeps sitting in the grass of my Easter basket, like waiting for me to eat
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, like I said, like I had them as kids. Like it was the candy of the season.
you're bringing up the memory of the Easter basket, and I'm willing to concede slightly to haters like Jared the Tie Pilot, sitting there on his snooty anti-peep throne in Boston. That there's some nostalgia to the Easter basket where you'd wake up, and of course we'd give our thanks to Jesus, he is risen, and then my mom and dad would hand me the basket with the fake grass, and there'd be like an egg, and then you open up the egg and there'd be a peep inside, which meant that my
Ooh.
parents unwrapped the peeps and individually put them in Easter eggs.
Hmm.
No health concerns there. So there is some nostalgia to this, right?
Yeah, I definitely think there's some nostalgia to it. Um, yeah, it's like eating grandma's homemade cookies and like just the
Yeah.
things that sort of take you back to your childhood, like sugar now on a stick takes
Sugar
me
on a
back to
stick.
my childhood. Um,
All right, I'm gonna do a little ASMR here. Do some crinkles and open it up here. Okay, so this is new for me. Love my peeps. I've never had one with chocolate. Look at that little
I
chocolate.
I have never had one of those either. I see them every time I go peep shopping.
Look at
I
eight
say
nine
like I do it a lot.
eight nine eight
Admittedly,
four M. Look at this. Beep 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 beep
I
beep beep
am
beep.
I am not a peep of all seasons girl. Like
Mm,
I eat peeps at Easter. I don't buy the Halloween ones. I
mm-hmm.
don't buy the Christmas ones. Um there are other forms of sugar I will consume in those times of year. I am with I think it was JMB earlier. I am a
Mm,
candy corn person at Halloween,
mm-hmm. Mm. Same.
which quite frankly, if you are a candy corn person and you're not a peeps person, I'm not unless it's a texture thing, I don't know that I understand.
I
Um
wonder if I wonder if there's
because it is just corn syrup in a different form.
different. I wonder what the Venn diagram looks like of candy corn fans and peep fans, of which I'm fans of both. You are too. I'd love to see. Is it just two circles on top of each other?
I don't think it's quite two circles because at least one person in the comments likes candy corn and doesn't like peeps, and I can only imagine it's a texture thing.
Yeah, might be it. Jared says candy corn is just wrong. See, Jared, we need a. The guy puts mayonnaise and everything.
I don't think he gets a vote. Like, I'm sorry.
Democracy is dead in America and on this show when it comes to peeps. So 210 calories per chick, LQ. So here's one. Can I? Here's a thought here.
For four.
And here's what. Is it for four or per four? You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
a serving is four chicks.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I read that wrong. Okay. I want to do. Here's what I want to do here too on the good bed. If you're up for this, Addie, in chat now, you have all shared your opinions, but you negative peepers, put your opinions. Jonas Bergen says Ken's community's turning toxic. I'm telling you, it's always the food that brings it up. If put your a clear, concise why you don't like peeps, not just that they suck, and goes. Put a reason in there, and we'll see if Addie, and I'll help. But Addie, you got this. Can refute it or maybe come to an understanding about peeps. And then while I'm gathering those, I got to say, I'm not the chocolate on the bottom of the peep, Addie, changes the experience, not in a bad way, but not in a better way. I'm not sure if I like this. It dominates.
Yeah,
The chocolate dominates.
that's why I've never tried it. Like, I think it would be closer to eating a s'more.
Kind of. Yes.
Now, I will say, and I'm sad you couldn't find them while people are attempting to defend their peep hate. Um, the thing that I love most about the Dr. Pepper peeps, I am a Dr. Pepper fan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper has been my favorite for a while. I used to live in the birthplace of Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
But for health reasons, I can no longer drink carbonated beverages.
Okay. That's all right. You're in a good spot.
This is just, it's Dr.
Oh,
Pepper. It's amazing.
so it's you're like
I have
getting your fix
I
without.
have 8 packages of these at work right now because
Okay.
it tastes just like a Dr. Pepper, and I think it's amazing. I also think it's a little bit scary because I have to imagine now the chemicals that are either present in this or in Dr. Pepper
Mm-hmm.
that they can
Mm-hmm.
replicate that taste so easily.
Yeah.
But
That's why
like,
I was.
You know,
I always say one of my favorite flavors is the chemical that replicates peach in things. Yeah.
you know that like lift in the roof of your mouth when you first sip a Dr. Pepper?
Yes. Yes.
That happens when you bite into this peep.
spoken spoken like someone with a problem, Addie. And look, I'm someone who once had those 19 glasses of Dr. Pepper at Chili's and got cut off by the waitress because she thought she was going to take me to the hospital. Um, you mentioned you bring these to work. Do any of your students know your peep love, and do they provide you with peeps as a bribe or just a thank for your hard work?
No, it has never come up in class. I have taken the Dr. Pepper ones in particular to lunch with me to share with my coworkers who have all enjoyed them.
That's sweet. That's sweet. All right, we got some checking in here. Happy Peeps Day to you as well, Brian Jackson, Mr. McClunky. All right, so Serenity Jane. Serenity Jane says, too much sugar. I'll take my robin eggs, which, all right, so it's not so much a sugar thing, but I will concede this now. I will concede this now. I have a little bit of a tooth issue right now. Maybe need to go see a dentist, but it's fine. It's manageable with some flossing. I don't know what's going on. Occasionally it bleeds. Don't worry about it, folks. Don't worry about it. But these peeps have activated some pain. The sugar is doing something in there.
While we're sharing inappropriate teeth things, I have a temporary filling and have only been chewing them on one side of my mouth.
I'm going to have to do that for these last
Yeah,
two.
because it is a lot of sugar. I will concede that to Serenity Jane. I think if you are not a sweet person, and I think that can change with age, like I can't eat a lot of chocolate anymore. I used to be a big chocolate person, and now
Right.
like I go to restaurants and like the triple chocolate cake, I'm like, this is too much chocolate, which
I
is
agree.
words I never thought I would say out loud.
I'm
So
one of those. Let me get if I see a 4-pack of Twix, I'm going to pick it up, and I've had to stop. I don't like it anymore. I like the
mhm,
candy, but I don't like the feeling.
mhm.
Okay.
So I will concede it's too sweet.
It's too sweet. It can be. It can be. This is why
Mhm.
only around Easter, and this is about as far as I'll go. And I still I gotta
Oh,
I'm gonna finish these, Cam.
and like I eat that one on a stick and two of my Dr. Pepper chickies. The rest of these are gonna go in like a bag. I
Okay,
can't eat this entire thing of Dr. Pepper chicks
that's
on
smart.
air.
That's smart.
There
That's
will be
smart.
consequences.
Uh, Jonas says you Americans eat like you have health insurance. That hurts, Jonas. That hurts. Okay, look, Jonas. I once heard of you walking up to a Del Taco drive-through. Don't win in America. So
Listen,
Jared, yeah,
listen, Jonas.
mm-hmm,
Um, we all have to go somehow, and
right,
I'm a chemist. The
right.
odds are that's gonna be cancer. So I'm gonna enjoy myself on the way.
There, we're diving off the deep end here. I love it. Jared does say
Going
this.
dark, friends. Going dark.
The taste and the texture. Look, I can't combat that one, Addie, because if that's just what it is, that's just what it is.
But he puts mayonnaise on French fries.
Yeah, I know. See, and again, I was pro mayonnaise on things, but see, he maybe he's a sour guy. This is a sweet thing. I don't know.
I
All right.
I also I feel like a little bit of this, and this is not to the people we're preparing.
Mm.
This is not to the people who have made good points of why they personally do not like Peeps. But I feel like it has come to a cultural place that is the same as the pumpkin spice latte.
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
personally hate the pumpkin spice latte because I had one and didn't like the way it tasted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am curious how many adults that hate Peeps, how recently they've eaten a Peep.
Okay, that's a fair question. I put it out there to all you peep haters. Jared, when's the last time you've stuffed a peep into your mouth? I said peep, Jared. Okay. Osvetnik says this. Marshmallows in general make me gag. I've never heard that. Not wrong for Osvetnik. Ethan, it's the texture. Too fluffy, too sweet. So putting the too sweet aside, we've dealt with that a little bit. Too fluffy.
That sounds like you just need to let them get a little stale, Osvetnik.
Oh, yeah. See?
Have you tried the stale Peep? The
Mm-hmm.
stale Peep might be your answer.
I think I got to be careful. I almost put sugar in. I got to use this finger. Tully says my high school science teacher demonstrated how vacuums work by tossing a peep in one, and we have to watch it inflate.
We did that too. It's
My
amazing.
buddy Joey Bean says Tapatio. Tapatio. Tapatio is an old joke with my former girlfriend. Tapatio flavored peeps. I'm game for that. If they exist, I want to do it.
Okay, to Joey Beans 81, peeps don't taste fresh. Okay.
Look, Joey's a mixer. Oh, so Plume has an interesting idea. Drop those peeps in coffee or tea. I'll keep the tea out. I don't do highfalutin tea. That's a Democratic problem. I stick with the coffee, the working man. But have you ever done that? Have you ever dipped? Have you ever dipped these peeps in anything?
I have not, but I'm thinking about all the times I've poured marshmallows into hot chocolate. And now I want to go brew a cup of hot chocolate and drop. Well, I only now have Dr. Pepper flavored peeps. That might be a mistake.
That might be a thing. But you got to try this. Plume's onto something. Plume, and they dissolve. Yeah, okay. He's on a Plume. And then 8984M is, look, the drive-by, I like tea. I just, it's.
Oh, I hate tea.
Tea is just, I tell you, I like tea in concept, 8984M. Tea in execution is never a good thing. But,
no. I hate the taste of it.
See, clutches, pearls, and British. I've offended the UK.
I know. UK. I can never move to England because I don't like tea, and that makes me very sad.
I know it's slightly. I know everybody's got to. Well, it's a different tea. Got it. But James Holmes is sorry being dipping in and out of the stream. Is peep like candy floss? Please forgive my ignorance. No. There's a lot of folks, who have not experienced these just because these are definitely probably mostly an American thing.
They are. I looked up the history of peeps briefly Thursday after 60 Seconds of Science, and they are made in America.
And JMB, I'm losing a world war here. JMB says, you have some Brits and Asians in here. You can't win the tea war on two fronts. Yes, I feel trapped. I feel like I'm in a pincher in the Blitzkrieg. All right,
we can just dump it in a harbor again. We'll go visit Jared, and we'll dump it in the harbor. It'll be fine.
LQ's the we'll call it the great compromiser. I love tea, coffee, and hot chocolate, and but not so much the peeps. All right, so we got us Vetniks here. Jonas says, again, peeps equal nay because it's made of gelatin, if you will. And in my opinion, that's super disgusting. So again, an opinion. We're not here to change your opinion, but your response to that as I take a bite of my final peep of the night and perhaps the season.
Again, I can't, gelatin is pork-based. So if you are
these aren't vegan.
Or
Grace can't have these.
Or Jewish and keep kosher.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have peeps.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is for one of those reasons you don't like gelatin, I once again can't defend that because
right. Look,
what am I gonna do? Like
but again, Jonas went to a Del Taco on foot. Okay, I've seen it. I witnessed it by pictures. Okay.
I got nothing.
All right.
Again, unless you are, there are certain textures that I cannot stand. So, like, I try really hard not to yuck people's yum, except for Jared, the Thai pilot. Because,
he deserves it. Jonas says he's an angry straight edge vegan. He is. He's a rocker.
So he can't eat them for like Grace couldn't have them either.
Grace could not have him either. No, absolutely.
I have a research student who's a vegan. She can't have him either.
I don't think Grace has ever had a peep because she was raised in a very health conscious family where Grace one time, true story, the beginning of our relationship, called me from like a Burger King and she was like, I don't know how to use the soda machine. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I was never allowed to have soda as a kid. How do you work this thing? It was great.
In Grace's defense, was it one of the normal ones or was it one of those Coke Freestyle machines?
It was one of the new ones. Not one of the new ones with the touchscreens. It was like a classic. All right, my final peep of the day, and again, perhaps of the season. The chocolate, I would avoid the chocolate ones going forward.
You make me want to smush it between two graham crackers and eat it that way. Mm-hmm. Like it's 2/3 of the way to a s'more. Which is just a different indulgence.
Okay. Final one.
And I do have to say, I have been resistant of the flavors of Peeps they have come out with in recent years. I was always a classic fan. The Dr. Pepper ones are the first one I've tried. But it makes me want to try more. When I was looking for the Dr. Pepper ones this morning, I saw chocolate pudding flavored
I'm in on
Rice Krispie treat flavored, which confuses me because isn't a Rice Krispie treat mostly marshmallows?
It is, but it's got a flavor to it. It's got an atmosphere. It's got a vibe to it. So our buddy Anka, one of the mainstays of the GPA community from years ago, asks a question. She's not from Detroit. So is it marshmallow? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Here, I'll. Where's my camera? There we go. So it is marshmallow coated in sugar.
Yeah, but it's like it's a different kind of. I mean, it's got pork in it. As Jonas is saying, it's a marshmallow. It's marshmallow adjacent. What'd you say? Look at that. See,
it has the same consistency as a marshmallow.
Yes. All right. So Armada says even as much as I don't like Peeps,
which is also just pure sugar.
Same. Just delivered slightly different. So Armada says, even as much as I don't like Peeps, I'm kind of partial to marshmallows. So this kind of is why I brought it up here. I think if you like marshmallows, Soul Sugar, oh no, good to see you here. Marshmallow that if it got thrown into a reactor, yeah. Concept of a marshmallow.
See, I kind of disagree. I really don't think there's a difference between a Peep and a marshmallow.
I think there is. But
I also don't just like freewheel eat marshmallows. So. Oh,
see. Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll get a bag and do a have the fire pit in the backyard and we'll roast some marshmallows and then I spend the next 2 weeks just eating handfuls of marshmallows. Love them. Love plain marshmallows.
I'm not a roasted marshmallow person.
All right, that's fair. Okay, 8984M says my package says marshmallow. Here's the thing. I do think the packages say marshmallow because legally they have to categorize it as something. I think it's something. But okay, final thoughts here, Addie. Good bad food. You have started a campfire here in chat. I think Jared said this is our blathering version of the Last Jedi discourse. Like this has split friends and family here in the chat. But your final thoughts on Peeps and how maybe to convince someone to try a Peep.
I mean, for less than $3,
it's a price point.
You can buy 15 chicks that if you eat all of them is less than the breakfast sandwich I had from Dunkin' this morning.
See?
Does it have the same nutritional value that breakfast sandwich does?
No.
Absolutely not. But it probably has the same nutritional value as the donut you could have gotten from Dunkin' that would have been the same amount of calories.
Yep. Price point.
And some sort of magic makes these Peeps in particular taste like the greatest soda ever made.
So for you, it's a win. It's a combination of two wonderful things.
And so because of this, you can get both a sugar high and just deliciousness for the low, low cost of less than a dozen eggs.
There you go. Yeah. You're worried about your egg wars? Get these.
Rather than buying eggs, buy chicks.
Cooper's mocking us. Peeps, they're cheap. Well done. Addie, a big home run there. I love Peeps. Clearly just down 4. I might be slightly nauseated and lightheaded, but that might be related to other things.
I think I ate one too many.
Yep. I think I hit my peak.
I have crumble cookies waiting for me that I'm probably not going to eat tonight.
Well, you got to get to your dinner then, if that's what you're having for dinner. Addie, thank you. Good Bad Food kind of continues because I'm going to have 8984M try it here. Oh, boy. Oh, they're good. Try them. Thank you for
just not the chocolate ones. Don't do the chocolate ones. That was the problem.
Yep, it's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you, Addie. I appreciate. We love when you come in for 60 Seconds of Science, but this was fun to debate peeps with the world.
Happy to do it, Ken. Now
Yep.
I'm going to go have a very large glass of water.
Well deserved. Dr. Addie, everybody. Dr. Addie, check it in. And that is... Laserbolt says you have to chew them. That might have been the problem.